Have you ever been a point of your life where you realize that the grass isn't so green on the other side? Meaning, you've set expectations for yourself to be in a particular place, but you just didn't get there. Okay, I want you to imagine yourself and you have your dream home in your mind, and you have it all painted out, how you like the home, the land that it's on, the structure of the home, what's inside of the home. You know, you got the nice marble floors, the spiral staircase, like you've envisioned this thing for yourself. And it just so happens that you're not sure if you're going to get there anymore, or you're taking the steps forward, but it just seems as if it's not turning out the way that you want it to be. Okay, I wanted to take a little bit of a dive in that direction before I get into my conversation, because that's an analogy of what my life has been like. Envisioning and continuing to pray and continuing to believe God for something and still not being able to get there. Okay, so that's basically how my life has been over the course of the past few years. And I'm just now coming to realize that, okay, Arnesjah, it's not about the big picture. It's about what's happening as you get to obtain the vision of the big picture. And I was beating myself up for a minute, because how many of you know that whenever you are expecting God for something and you still haven't got it, because maybe in your case, and maybe you're waiting to get married, you desire marriage, God's put this desire for marriage on your heart, and you're like, God, where is my husband? Right? I keep meeting all these crazy men, God, what's going on? Maybe for you, it's meeting a certain financial goal, or maybe it's finally seeing breakthrough in your family. Like, there's so many things in life that we are wishing and praying for God to break us through. And honestly, I've come to accept that there are just parts in life that maybe we just are needing to go through the process. You know, there's a process that we go through before we obtain the vision that God has for us. And I'm having to learn that all over again, because after experiencing so much setbacks, heartbreaks, downfalls, failures, you know, kind of weighs on your identity, and you're like, man, God, like I thought you would really save me and give me what I'm really praying for. Like, but I think as I think of it in that way, it's like, it would be selfish of me to continue to expect God to show up for me if I'm not showing up fully and I'm not respecting the process for Him. And He's helped me to realize some things in life that it reminded me that life is not my own. Like, life is not my own. And I'm just coming to realize some things like, Arnesjah, live, breathe, enjoy. The more that you cling on to this vision, the more that you're going to be so focused on the vision that you lose sight of the beauty of the process. Because I don't want you to think that the process is this hard, strenuous, discomforting journey, but it doesn't have to be. The process can simply be a beautiful experience where you meet people who help guide you along the way. The process can be you experiencing a moment of taking a writing course and you learn how to write better, or the process can be you learning how to work out your body and realizing how strong you are and how much you actually like going to the gym. The process can be you meeting new people and building relationships and learning about different people's behaviors, because what you learn through the process is what prepares you for what you are obtaining in your vision. The vision, the desires God gave you in 2020 might be just for 2025. The visions and the desires for you to be married might just be for you later on down the road. Because maybe God is trying to show you that, okay, I've given you the vision. I have this promise for you. I have this promise to prosper you. I have this promise to build you up and make you become a very successful entrepreneur. But I don't want you to take the short route, because I want you to be able to obtain and be able to handle the capacity that comes with that ultimate promise. I want you to enjoy the promise. I want you to enjoy the fruit of your labor. That's what I feel like God has been telling me lately. And I wanted to share my message with you today to kind of give you an update on my life. But we're going by the Spirit right now. I'm excited. I'm actually wanting to get back onto making these videos because I have so much to say. And what God has really been pressing on my heart for the longest is identity. And how often do we get to a point in our lives where we just start demolishing our own identity because of things not working out the way that we expect it to? You know, when our expectations aren't met the way that we expected it to be met by God, as if we're the ones that demand Him to do things, you know, it can kind of throw you off course and make you question, like, am I doing this right? Am I really, moving in the direction God wants me to move in? And I'm just like, that's the fight I've been fighting over the past few years. And I don't even know where to start with letting you know and giving you an update. But basically, let's just pretend that this is a brand new YouTube channel. I'm Arnesjah, and I am very passionate with helping bring the best out of aspiring entrepreneurs so that they can be able to pursue their God-given purpose with confidence. I've been through so much when it comes to entrepreneurship, and I'm like, we need help. Like, we need capital and we need therapy. And that's one thing I'm really just like, God, make a way, because I really want to support. I want to get to a point where I support aspiring entrepreneurs who are trying to figure out what exactly they're wanting to do as an entrepreneur, what they're called to do, and also be able to provide some type of therapy, healing. Like, we're jumping into entrepreneurship, not realizing how much fear we actually are battling with. And how do you break through that fear? How do we transition from being in this employee mindset to an employer mindset, being the CEO of our business? Like, how do you transition into that? And are you really prepared for that? Because when God launches you out into the deep, baby, you better be sure you know how to swim. Because the way God be dealing with me, oh my goodness, He be dealing with me sometimes. We're like, God, I'm drowning. Like, come on and save me. And God's like, I got you. I got you. And that's the beauty of having a relationship with God. So basically on this YouTube channel, you're going to be learning and hearing me talk about some stories, identity, faith, and purpose. My passion is for us to walk in our God-given identity. Like, I can talk about breaking down the different features and functions of how God has created us in His image and giving us the ability to be able to move in pursuit of our purpose because of who He is and what He's placed on the inside of us. I love the fact that we are so creative, and if we just tap into our creativity, we can be able to do things that are beyond our own imagination because God is living within us. And when you understand that God is living within you, there's nothing that you cannot do. And that's the beauty of understanding God's love for you. So I'm in that vein of my life right now. Listen, I am like, I think I've been made to be an evangelist, because I will be in one moment talking about one thing, in another place talking about another thing. And that's a little bit about me. Like, I want to know about you. What are you passionate in? What is one thing that you want to accomplish in your life? And write that down, put that down in the comments below, because I would love to know who's watching. I would like to know who's with me on this journey. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you an aspiring entrepreneur? Like, tell me a little bit about yourself, because I like to connect with those who are involved. So this is just a little bit of a background, part one maybe, of where I've been and what you're going to expect on this channel. So if you're looking for a place where you're trying to figure out what is your God-given identity or what is your purpose, this is where you want to reside. If you're trying to figure out, well, how do I walk by faith as an entrepreneur? How do I come up with a business plan as an entrepreneur? How do I heal from some past traumatic wounds? Well, we're going to be talking about that as well, because everything that I've learned, I'm at the point where we might as well share it with the world, because I've been through a lot, from going from being abused as a child, from having really bad childhood traumas when it comes to women, when it comes to having a relationship with my mom, like going that direction, having to help my mom with breast cancer, watching her pass away, like going into abuse in my adolescence, and being bullied at home and being bullied at school, and going through different cycles of dysfunctional relationships and being engaged and breaking up. And I've been through so many things. I feel like I have so many stories to share that it can help someone out there who may be going through the same situation, smoking a whole bunch of weed and trying to figure out and find love in all the wrong places. Like, I think you would feel like you can fit in here, because I want to create a space, a safe space where people can fit in to here. I know what it's like to feel like you don't fit in places. So that's pretty much a little bit about me and what to expect on this channel. So again, let me know who you are in the comments below. And if you're an aspiring entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, let me know. And what do you do? And yeah, let's talk and chat. So thanks for watching this video. Live in the best version of yourself today, okay? Live in the best version of you. You are very unique. You are loved. You are cherished. There is good things God has placed on the inside of you, ideas, visions, dreams, they're all coming to pass. So be encouraged and live in the best version of yourself today.